श्रीरूपं सागजातं सैगं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सामवेदं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सैगलयिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दा वनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिया वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर जातो हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। राधा मुकुंद पद संभव घर्म बिंदु निर्माण चनोपकरणीकृत देह लक्षण उत्तुंग सौर्ध विशेष वसत प्रगल्भम देवीं गुणेन सुललितम ललितम नमामि। Hare Krishna. I don't know. What do you think? Should we continue with our Vrindavan Parikrama or can we just speak something about Lalita Devi? What do you think?
Who speaks something else regarding Lalita Devi?
Lalita Devi?
Yes, bro.
Just
That's
raise
a
your hand.
very important.
Raise your hand if you want Lalita Sakhi. Okay. Anybody else?
About Lalita Sakhi.
Okay. Chitra Sakhi? You want to know about Lalita Sakhi? Okay.
Actually, I want to know about Chitra Sakhi also.
Chitra Sakhi is very expert in designing, making the design or making the different pictures of Radharani and Krishna together. And like she makes sometimes such a kind of design that Radharani embraces that particular painting, think that he's Krishna himself. And then immediately she realizes, oh, this is not uh, this is not Krishna himself, this is just a picture. And later she thinks, oh my God, what have I done? I'm like, being unchaste. I belong to Krishna and I was supposed to embrace only Krishna. But I just got attracted towards this picture. This is not good. Anyways, so Lalita Sakhi was actually not born today. Just like I told you about Balaram Purnima, this is another twist in the picture. And I'll tell you when she was born and what is it all about. Huh? So Lalita Sakhi was actually born in Karehela village. Okay? And her father brought her to Uchagaon. Okay? Uchagaon, we don't already know this is Leela Sali. And there are many evidences of her pastimes here, like a rock containing the imprints of her lotus feet and some small utensils she used when she was, you know, with other Sakhi and she was feeding the Krishna. When the sun rays falls on the imprints of those plates, they glitter and shine. And all of Srimati Radhika Sakhis, all the gopis, they used to play with Krishna and Lalita in Ujjagaon. And there are many pastime places where we can see the footprints of this day. And like we've already heard about so many pastimes of Lalita and Krishna together. It is a hill. It's a slippery hill, showing a very specific pastime that was enacted in a marriage arena. There's a gopi arrange a special kind of marriage between Lalita and Krishna. Okay? This should not be misunderstood as a real marriage. It was just like rather they're just playing like. It's a playful marriage. Like Krishna and Radha Rani and Lalita, they were all sitting together, and immediately some people they came and they tied, uh, you know, Lalita Sakhi's chunni with Krishna's, what do you call, the black shawl which he always wear. And Lalita and, some of the other Sakhis, like sorry, Vishakha and some of the other Sakhis were involved in the whole mess. And then suddenly, on the indication of Srimati Radhika, Rangadevi, Rangadevi and Tungavidya, they start singing big shlokas which they usually recite in the wedding. And it was looking like, like a marriage. And the remaining Sakhis, they showed flower, they started showering the flowers on Krishna and Lalita. When Lalita noticed that something tricky was being done to her, she immediately ran away. But because her garment were tied to Krishna's pitambara, pitambara, sorry, not like the black color thing, pitambara, she couldn't do it. And all the Sakhis they surrounded the couple and married them. And even today, one can see the indication of the slide on the hill as well as the marking of the altar, the red lac. You know altar or gopis they put in their foot on the feet, sorry, gopis. So the marking of altar is still there. Although this pastime took 5,000 years back, you can still visualize it with your own eyes. Actually, Lalita Sakhi is 27 days elder than Radharani. According to the Tithi calculation, Lalita's appearance day falls on the day before Srimati Radhika's appearance day. The generally has the same loving mood towards both Radha and Krishna, yet she is more inclined towards Srimati Radhika. But actually, she was born 27 days before. That's what exactly mentioned by Rupa Goswami. And it is also mentioned that Lalita Sakhi was born on Anuradha Nakshatra. And Anuradha means the one who's in the what do you call Anuradha? Radha Rani ki, she's under Radha Rani. But that is Lalita Devi only. So we have the name of different Hasta, Chitra, Swati, then Vishakha, Anuradha, Mool, Jesh, Shada. So Lalita Sakhi was born on Anuradha Nakshatra. So if somebody has Anuradha Ram, it's not that Anuradha is Radharani. Anuradha is actually Lalita Sakhi. So Lalita Ashkam is there, and in Lalita Ashkam, in the first verse, I already recited. In that Rupa Goswami is saying, Radha Mukunda Pada Sambhav Garma Bindu Nirmachanno Pakarani Kirta Deha Laksham Uttung Sordha Vishesha Vasata Phagyevam Devim Gune Sulalitam Lalitam Namami. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the outspoken she, Lalita Devi, who is charmingly endowed with many beautiful sweet qualities. Sulalita. Lalita means quality and Sulalita. She has natural expertise in all the art, and thus her service self-manifest. She wipes away the glittering drops of the perspiration from which appears upon the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika and Madhav, and when they meet. She is perpetually immersed in the most elevated mellow of Sordharasa, or undivided absorption in fulfilling the heart's desire of her intimate friend Radha Rani. See the tarika there. There are four types of Sakhis. We know that, right? Supaksh, Vipaksh, Tathast, and Surt. Okay? So Supaksh means those who are totally favorable towards Radha. Vipaksh we know towards Chandravali. Okay? And they oppose Radha. The Tathasta means those who are like, towards Radharani, but more favorably disposed towards Chandravali. And Surt means those who are more favorably disposed towards Srimati Radhika and neutral towards Chandravali. So Surt gopis never do anything unfavorable towards Srimati Radhika. Lalita Devi and Vishaka are the example of the gopis who are the Swapaksh gopi of Srimati Radhika. And Chandravali is Vipaksh. Bhadra, actually there's always confusion. Bhadra is Tathastha and Shamla is Surdha. Sometimes I feel that I've heard before that Shamla is Tathastha and Bhadra is Sur. But from today I will say Bhadra is Tathastha. Anyway, the mood of the Lalita, Nuka of Lalita, is that she is always trying to favorably serve the pastime of Radha and Krishna. And she always tries to please them. She engages in a million upon millions of endeavors to, she puts that of endeavors to make them meet. When Radha and Krishna meet and engage in the amorous pastime, Lalita wipes away the droplets of perspiration on their lotus feet, which I said, Shrama Jala Kana. And this means that she is engaged day and night in the service of their lordship or their sweet pastimes. So there are two types of services in Madhuri Ras. One is in the mood of Manjaris and the other in the mood of Sakhis. So Lalita always serves in the mood of Sakhi. And one of the quality that she has some controlling mentality. She can command both Radha and Krishna. And in fact, Krishna is mostly scared of Lalita Sakhi. But at the same time, she also has a friendly disposition towards both of them. She's always immersed in the ocean of love. She's very beautiful and very sweet. But at the same time, she's sober and composed. Her heart is so sweet and she attracts the heart of all others. But at the same time, she is Pragalbha, which means she can speak harsh words and she can also control both Radha and Krishna. Now you see, later on it will come. रक सुध किरणा मंडल कांति दंडी वक्त श्रियम चकित चारु चूमुरु नेत्रम राधा प्रसादन विदन काल प्रसेदम देवी गुणे सुललितम ललिताम नमामि. I offer my pranam unto Sri Lalita Devi, whose beautiful face mocks the brilliance of the beautiful moon, whose eyes are ever restless, like those of a startled doe, who is famous for her extraordinary expertise in the art of dressing, Srimati Radhika, and who is the treasure house of unlimited feminine qualities. The verse begins by describing Srimati Lalita Devi's beauty. Raka Shuddha Kirana Mandala Kanti Dandi. She is so beautiful that her beauty surpasses the combined beauty of million of moons. Mandala Kanti Dandi. And Vakra Shriyam Chakita Charu Chumuru Netram. And her eyes are said to be very restless. And they can defeat the restlessness of the eyes of a female deer. Female deer. One of the name of Radharani is Chanchalakshi. Chanchalakshi means the one who has the eyes like Chanchala eyes, Chanchalakshi. Chanchal eyes are always compared with deer. But her eyes are more restless than deer. Why? Because she's very expert in serving Radharani and she's very protected towards Radharani. That's why her eyes are here and there all the time. Her specific quality is that she's very expert in applying makeup and especially in arranging the hair decoration of Srimati Radhika. Although all the 8 principal Sakhis are very famous in putting on the body decoration, applying the makeup of Srimati Radhika, but Lalita and Vishaka are the most expert. However, of those two, Lalita is considered the most proficient. And the pastime of decorating Radhika by Lalita and the other Sakhi is described in Govinda Leela. It's very beautifully mentioned. Ishla Kaviraj Goswami Pad in Krishna Bhavnamrit, which is written by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Pad, that is also described there. Those who want to serve Radha and Krishna in the mood of a Manjari should seriously take the help of these scriptures. And sadhakas, devotional practitioners, can find pastimes such as the above mentioned, in these books. And they can try to be absorbed in them at the time of their devotional practices. Lalita and other Sakhis, they tell Radhika, when you go to meet Krishna, this is how you should behave with him. They want Krishna to be totally under the spell of Radharani. While they are applying the kajal and remind Srimati Radhika, or her previous pastimes with Krishna. For example, once she was going out to meet Krishna. She forgot to put kajal on her eyes, and Krishna himself put it on upon her arrival. He said, "Why you're not wearing kajal?" And then he took out and he put the kajal. So similar pastime were brought to the attention of Srimati Radhika at the time of putting on her makeup, and in that way, her mood of bringing pleasure to Krishna is enhanced. When the gopis put the tilak mark on her forehead, they recite the Kama Yantra, which still further inspires Radharani in the mood of her service to Krishna. It's very common. Sometimes what happens that we are doing something, and then suppose at that particular time something had happened, then you always remember that incident. For example, I never had this habit when I'm performing yajna. I never put the wood into the Havan Kund or Yajna Kund before. First, I light a lamp, I light one camphor on the stick, and then I take the stick around and then I put it in the Yajna Kund, and then I put some, woods around. I remember one time I was putting a wood around, and then one person said, "Don't make the wood stand. That only we are doing that. We always do that when somebody dies." I said, "Yeah, but I'm not. I'm making a triangle, because I always make a triangle whenever I'm putting a burning or non-burning sticks around the burning stick. I always prefer to make a triangle." But he said that to me. So whenever I'm doing this particular practice, he always comes in my mind. Same way, there are some incidences happens, around Radharani when she's meeting Krishna or when she's serving Krishna and when they're performing the pastime with Krishna. That time, such kind of remembrance bring more joy and more separation in the heart of Radharani. So, in the third verse of Lalita Ashtakam says, Lasyo lasadabhujag Shatrupatar Chitra Patama Sukham Bharna Kunchukili Kanchitagrim Gorochana Ruchi Vigrahan Gorimaram Devin Gune Sudalitam Lalitam Namami. I offer my pranam unto Sri Lalita Devi, whose body is adorned with the splendid sari as brilliant as the multi-colored tail, feathers of an ecstatic dancing peacock, whose breast is covered with an extremely attractive blouse, kanchuli जिसे कहते हैं kanchuli, and whose hair part is decorated with shimmering red vermilion, and who wears various necklaces and other jeweled ornaments. Her golden complexion defeats that of even Gorochana, the bright golden pigment that comes when the rain water during the Swati Nakshatra constellation hits the head of the qualified cow. She possesses possesses innumerable good qualities. So you see, Gorochara Ruchi Vigrahan, Gori Malaram. And the bright golden pigment that comes from the rainwater during the Swati Nakshatra. So her golden complexion defeats that of even Gorochana. Whenever we are performing a wedding ceremony, we are always using Gorochana. Gorochan is very auspicious, although it's very difficult to get original Gorochan. But Dheera Lalit, when you got married, when your wife's hands, when we were putting that yellow mixture on the hands of your wife, that particular mixture had haldi, then Gorochana. Again, haldi, Gorochan, and then little bit of chandan, a little bit of kumkum in it. That's why it was very auspicious. The Gorochan is like when a Swati Nakshatra, the rain happens and it falls on the head of the cow, that time it's made actually. So this verse gives actually similarity between with the peacock. When the rainy season comes, the peacock becomes very happy. And he has been specially gifted by the god to have beautiful colors on his feathers, right? And he expresses his happiness on seeing the cloudy cloud by spreading his wings. And the same way, Lalita Devi's dresses are so beautiful, beautifully ornamented or beautiful with the ornaments and colored that they express the mood of peacock, showing his happiness by spreading his wings. So the color of her sari, various kind of necklaces, and all her ornaments brilliantly glitters. And this glittering combines with the luster of her own body gives a profound impression. Goroshan is mentioned in this verse. So Goroshan is like very important. It has a connection with the Swati Nakshatra. And today in the morning was Swati Nakshatra. And now it's Anuradha Nakshatra going on. And when another thing, if we say that, okay, Lalita Sakhi Shashti is not today and 27 days before Radharani's birthday. So actually 27 days from today was a Swati, again Anuradha Nakshatra. Anyways. So when the rainwater hits the hoof of a cow, at that time it becomes yellow with the color of turmeric. So this very special yellow color of Gorochan defeats even the shimmer of gold. And the substance Gorochan is also considered very costly. It's like 700 rupees per gram. 10 gram is worth 7,000 rupees. Whenever we ask for the Gorochan, because whenever we are doing Shayan Adivas, we offer one of the ingredient to the Lord. That is Gorochana. अब यहाँ पर देखो ललिता सखी कहती है, मतलब उनके बारे में बोलते हैं कि दूते ब्रजेंद्र तनया तनुषुष्टु वरमयम माँ दक्षिण भव कलंकिनी लाघवया राधे गिरं शृणुहितम इति शिक्षायन्तिम देवीं गुणे सुललितम ललितां नमामि. So we offer pranam to Lalita Devi, the charming treasure house of all the good qualities, who instruct Srimati Radhika in this way. O Kalankini, O unchaste, Drute Vrajendra Tanaya, Tanushushtu Vamayam, Na Dakshina Bhava, Kalankini Labha, Laghavya. She's calling Radharani Kalankini. Why? But she's very, very, very angry. Rather listen to my good instruction, which are favorite for you. Vajendra Nandan is very crafty. She is a Durta. Don't display your mood of gentle submission, Dakshina Bhava, to him. Instead, in all circumstances, be contrary. So Lalita Sakhi, sometimes she is kind of, getting angry. Why? Whenever she sees that Krishna is not coming to her Nikunja, Nikunja of Radharani, where all the Sakhis and Radharani herself is waiting for him. And he goes to Chandravali. That time, first of she says, "You're Kalankini. You have actually, you brought the kalank on you're an unchaste woman." And then immediately then she gets down and she says, "Now you listen to me. Because of this particular person, everybody is saying that Radharani is Kalankini. Huh? They are just pointing out to you, to your character, and just because of this Bhajananda Nanda, he is a very Durda guy. You're not unchaste, and you're all the time very submissive to him. Dakshina Bhava. This is very difficult to understand this particular bhav, but this particular bhav is actually a little bit of anger to protect someone. Like suppose Gora is there or Gidhari is there, they are going in the wrong direction, or they are just they're eating something wrong. So I'll chastise to them, Gidhari or Gora, don't eat this. If you eat this too much, this is not going to be good for you. It's not going to be good for your body. It's not going to be good for your health. And that chastisement is because of the protection. Bhuka amarta hai, huh? You're all the time hungry. So, I'm not saying that you're all the time hungry and you don't have a good, behavior or whatever. So, what I'm saying is, this is a very, very different kind of mood which cannot be. So, don't make any judgment on it. Huh? Don't make any judgment on it. Radham abhivrajapate kritam atmajena kutam api vilokya vilohitakidam kasmin vilohitaksmushim vagabhagivi tanmachiren vrajayantem devim gune sulalitam Gubevim Gune Sulalitam Lalitam Namami. I offer my pranam unto the award of all good qualities, the supremely charming Lalita Devi, who upon hearing Shri Krishna speaks, even few slaying words to Srimati Radhika, immediately become furious and shames Krishna with her biting, sarcastic remarks. You are so truthful and simple hearted and such a chaste lover. Wow, Krishna, wow. You see, she's very critical, huh? Hari bol. Hmm. So Srimati Radhika is controlled by the extreme love of Lalita. And when she is with Lalita Sakhi, Lalita can love it. But even chastise her. When Krishna comes, she should remain very submissive and enter a sulky mood. And Radhika may reply, "What can I do? As soon as I see Krishna in the distance, my sulky mood goes away. I cannot maintain it." And then, when with a raised finger, Lalita says, "Don't give up your unsubmissive mood. You should chastise Krishna." So he has so many bad qualities. He's crooked and unchaste. He's a cheater. And he will come to you early in the morning. And what will he do? He will hold your feet and beg you for the forgiveness. He'll say, "You're very sweet, you're this, you're that." But don't believe anything he says. Don't become submissive. Instead, you should chastise him. Those Sakhis are two types, and they have two types of mood. Take Dakshina, right wing or submissive. This is called Grit Sneha, like ghee. Okay? It is like a quality of Chandravali's glow. Okay? Vamya, contrary or unsubmissive. This is called Madhu Sneha, like honey. And it is the quality of Radhika glow. Dekho, ghee is wholesome, but without much taste. Whereas honey is wholesome and it's very sweet. So you always remember that. Dakshina mood or Vamya mood. Right? Dakshina mood, who has Dakshina mood? Chandravali. And Vamya mood, who has Madhu Sneha? Radharani. So Radhika's mood is called Vamya, left wing, contrary, unsubmissive. And Chandravali's mood is called Dakshina, right? Right wing and submissive. Only those gopis in the mood of Vamya can completely control Krishna. Two groups, that is Radhika's group and Chandravali group, do not appreciate each other. Chandravali criticized Srimati Radhika and her group. Hmm. Consider group. The two groups, that is Radhika group and Chandravali group, do not appreciate each other. But Chandravali criticizes Srimati Radhika and her group, saying, how can they dare to do man, be a silky mood towards Krishna? He's so sweet and so lovely. Radhika and her group think that why does Chandravali become so submissive towards Krishna? Radhika says one must apply a weapon to control Krishna. Why doesn't Chandravali control him like this? How can she serve him if she is not like us? Thus, both groups cannot appreciate each other's mood. There, Chandravali, like, she's so submissive, and Radharani is always saying she's like so buttery, and all. And Radharani is saying, my God, I don't know why Chandravali does all that. And Chandravali says, oh my God, these girls are so rude to Krishna. He's so sweet. And Lalita is the Shiksha Guru of all the gopis in the group of Radharani. So we are also like, we also understand today is our Vyasa Puja. And also Radhika herself. And Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami writes, Lalita Devi sometimes chastises Radhika, saying, oh Kalankini, oh unchaste. Actually, she will be called unchaste by her in-laws or the society people. So that's the reason she may try to be contrary. But Lalita is telling her here that no matter what others says, she should still be contrary to Krishna. Don't become submissive to Krishna. And in this song, the next verse, Goswami repeatedly he offers his prostrated obeisances to Srimati Radhika, Lalita Devi. Oh, I'm just busy. Wait a minute. It's a disturbance. Please. So, so if Krishna, approaches, sorry, Lalita Sakhi, aha. So, Rupa Goswami, he's saying, I'll be obeisances to Lalita Devi if Shri Krishna approaches Srimati Radhika and uses some clever cheating words, Lalita cannot tolerate it. In Nishant Leela, Srimati Radhika has been waiting all night for Krishna to come, and yet he doesn't come. And he finally comes very early in the morning with the sign of his divine body that he has been with another gopis. Lalita he tells him, oh, don't come here. We don't want your services. Where is your beloved? You should go to her. You should go to Chandravali. And his eyes are very red, and other symptoms are there. Lalita then chastises him, saying, yes, I know you, Krishna. You are very chaste. Krishna says, no, no, no. I'm like, I don't have any woman in my mind. I cannot think about anybody else other than Radharani. And then Lalita Sakhi being very, what do you call, there's a word for it, na? She's becoming very funny, or she's becoming strange, or she's becoming sarcastic. So it's a sarcastic comment. Yes, I know you, Krishna. You're very chaste, simple and honest. By her sharp and harsh words, she makes Krishna ashamed and causes him to be shy. This is described in Shri Krishna Bhavnamrita. Krishna sometimes challenges the gopis in the forest. Why have you come here? Don't you know I'm Vajendra, the king of the Vrindavan, by picking flowers here, you're destroying my Vrindavan? That time Lalita Sakhi says, we know what kind of protector you are. Actually, you have never planted even a single seed in your life. You've never watered any of the tree. Instead, you, with you 100,000 of the cows, it is you who destroy Vrindavan it is you who destroy all these plants. We are the real owner of Vrindavan. And we have planted every seed and watered every tree here. So get lost. And Krishna says, don't you know who am I? I'm a very religious person and I have never told a lie. Oh, yeah, we know that. We know what kind of religious person you are. We heard when you were only 7 years old, you killed a woman named Putana. So 7 days old. You killed a woman named Putana, who comes as a mother to you. And which house in Vrindavan have you not stolen from? Are you the same religious person who stole all the clothes of the gopis? Are you the same religious person who performed the Rasa Leela with all the married gopis of Vrindavan? Krishna then become ashamed. Okay, and then next slok is Vatsalya Vindavasatim Pasu Pallaraya Sakhyanu Kal Sugurum Sakhinam Radha Balavraja Jeevitan. एक minute. I think I'll have to answer the phone call and stop the class.